Hari Om children. In our last class, we discussed about division of a polynomials, how to divide a polynomial with another polynomial, and we discussed about division rule. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, and we have seen some different conditions of division. So when we need to perform the division, definitely we require degree of P of x, means degree of dividend is must be greater than or equal to degree of g of x, means divisor. This is one condition we have. And another condition, you need to check whether the polynomials are complete polynomial or incomplete polynomial. These are the concepts we discussed in our last class. Today, let us continue the same concept. We have some more problems, how to divide, and here we have another concept of the factor concept. Factor, what does it mean? For example, in numbers, let me tell you, 21 by 4. When 21 is a number, is going to divide by 4. So what happens here? 4 5s are 20. I have a remainder 1. When we get the remainder 1, I can say that 4 is not a factor of 21. I can say that 4 is not a factor of 21. For example, 21 is going to divide with 3. So 3 7s are 21. What is the remainder I have? 0. So when we get the remainder 0, I can say that 3 and 7 are the factors of 21. Now I can say that 3 is a factor, 7 is also a factor. Factor means we should get remainder 0. Wherever we get the remainder 0, then we can say that the divisor and quotient both are nothing but factors of the dividend. For example, in polynomial, when p of x is dividing with g of x, while dividing you have a quotient q of x, and here the remainder if you get 0, when remainder gets 0, what I can say? I can say that g of x and quotient q of x are the factors of p of x. So when g of x is divided p of x, we have a quotient q of x and we have a remainder 0. Once if the remainder is 0, then I can say that here the divisor g of x and quotient q of x both are factors of this polynomial p of x. These two are nothing but what? Factors of the polynomial p of x. This concept also we are going to discuss in today's class. Means they will give two polynomials. You need to check whether they are factors or not. Factor means remainder must be 0. If you get remainder 0, then definitely we can say that the divisor is a factor. If the remainder is not equal to 0, we can say that the divisor is not a factor of p of x. Let us see here. Now, in exercise 2.3, the first problem we have 3 problems. In first problem, what is given? In every problem we have 2 polynomials, p of x and g of x. We should divide p of x with g of x. So when we do the division process, definitely we have a quotient and remainder. So they ask you to find quotient and remainder. So we are going to divide these 2 polynomials. By dividing these two, definitely we have a quotient and remainder. So we need to, our aim is to find quotient and remainder. Just like example number 7, we can continue the process. But before going to divide, as I told you, we need to observe two things. First thing, what is the first thing? Degree of P of x must be greater than or equal to degree of G of x. Let us observe the degree. What is the degree of P of x? 4. What is the degree of G of x? 2. So 4 is greater than or equal to 2. First condition satisfied. Now the second condition, whether the polynomials are complete polynomial or incomplete polynomial. Here what is the degree? 4. X power 4. X power 4 after which term we have? X cube. X cube of which term? X square. Do you have x cube and x square term in this polynomial? No. We don't have x cube and x square terms. Means is it a complete polynomial or incomplete polynomial? No doubt it is a incomplete polynomial. Which polynomial it is? Incomplete polynomial. Because I don't have all the terms. X cube term is not there, x square term is not there. So that it is a incomplete polynomial. Now let us come for g of x. I have x square term. X square after which term should be x? Do you have x term here? No. So it is also an incomplete polynomial. Both polynomials are incomplete polynomial, means not complete polynomials. When they are incomplete polynomials, we should make them complete polynomial. Then we can continue our division process. So before going to division, you need to observe two things. One is degree, another one is whether they are complete polynomial or incomplete polynomial. Now, solution. Given P of x is equal to x power 4 minus 5x plus 6. It is an incomplete polynomial. Let me convert into complete polynomial. So x power 4 plus 0 into x cube plus 0 into x square minus 5 into x plus 6. Now this incomplete is converted as complete polynomial. Now I have x power 4 term, I have x cube term, I have x square term, and I have x term, and also I have constant term. I have all the terms in this polynomial. Now it is nothing but complete polynomial. Now let us go for the g of x. So g of x is given there 2 minus x square. Now I am writing in a proper order, minus x square. X square after which term I want? X term. I don't have x term in the polynomial. Now I am taking it as with 0 coefficient. So 0 into x, then the constant plus 2. Now it is a complete polynomial. Now I have both complete polynomials. Now let us go for division. Now minus x square plus 0 into x plus 2. With this I am going to divide x power 4 plus 0 into x cube plus 0 into x square minus 5 into x plus 6. Let me divide these two. So as I told you that we need to follow certain steps. What are the steps? Step 1. First term of the dividend by first term of the divisor. X power 4 by minus x square. So we have minus x square because x power 4 means how many x values are there? 4 x values. X square, how many x values are there? 2 x values. So in numerator out of 4 x values, we can remove 2 x values. So that how many x values are left over? 2 more x values are left over. That is nothing but minus x square. So the quotient I have minus x square. Now I have a quotient. What is step 2 I have to do here? Step 2. With this quotient minus x square, with this quotient minus x square, we should multiply the divisor. We should multiply what? Divisor. What is the divisor we have? Minus x square plus 0 into x plus 2. Now let us multiply. Minus into minus plus x square into x square, x power 4. Minus into plus minus x square into x cube, 0 into x cube. Minus into plus minus x square into 2, 2x square. So what is the product I have? X power 4 minus 0 into x cube minus 2x square. Let us write here. So x power 4 minus 0 into x cube minus 2x square. Now, what we have to do here? We should subtract. Subtraction is what I said. We should change the signs. We should change the signs. X power 4, there is no sign. If there is no sign, means by default it is a positive value. Now the positive should convert as negative. And minus becomes plus, minus becomes plus. So x power 4 minus x power 4 can get cancelled. 0 plus 0, 0, x cube, 2 plus 0, 2 x square, and let us take minus 5x. Let us take minus 5. In one step we should consider only one term. We should not take 2 terms at a time, only one term. So minus 5x we are getting down. Now again the same steps we need to continue. What is that? Step 3. Now the first term of the dividend and first term of the divisor. 0x cube by minus x square. By doing this we have minus 0 into x. What we have? Minus 0 into x. So this minus 0 into x, we are taking in which place? Quotient place. We are taking in which place? Quotient place. Next, step 4. What we have to do with this quotient minus 0 into x, we should multiply the divisor. What is the divisor? Minus x square plus 0 into x plus 2. By multiplying minus into minus plus x into x square. So 0 into x cube. Minus into plus minus 0 into 0, 0 x into x square. Minus into plus minus 0 to 0 x. So here I have all zeros. 0x cube minus 0x square minus 0 into x. Now let us change signs. Minus plus plus. Now plus 0x cube minus 0x cube can get cancelled. 2 plus 0, 2x square. Minus 5 plus 0, minus 5x. Now get down the value 6. Now 2x square minus 5x plus 6. Next again step 5. What is step 5? First term of 2x square and first term of minus x square. 2x square by minus x square. X square can get cancelled. Now I have minus 2. So this minus 2 I am going to take in quotient case, minus 2. Now step 6. What is step 6? With this quotient minus 2, I need to multiply the divisor. So minus x square plus 0x plus 2. Let us multiply minus into minus plus 2 into x square, 2x square. Minus into plus minus. 2 zeros are 0 into x. Minus into plus minus. 2 2s are 4. What we have here? 2x square minus 0x minus 4. Now let us write here. 2x square minus 0x minus 4. So changing of signs, minus, plus and plus. So plus 2x square minus 2x square can get cancelled. Minus 5 plus 0. Minus 5x, 6 plus 4. I have 10. So that we can stop our calculation. And they ask you to find the quotient and remainder. Now, quotient. What is our quotient? We have minus x square minus 0 into x and minus 2. Minus x square minus 0 into x minus 2. And what is the remainder we have? Remainder is equal to minus 5x plus 10. This is about the division. So in example 7, when we have complete polynomials, how to divide we know. Now these are what? Incomplete polynomials. So making incomplete into complete, then we can continue the division process. So these steps are very, very important for us. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. These are very, very important. And while subtracting also you should be very careful. Based on these, in first Roman you have 1 and 2 problems. Those problems you can try as your homework. Next we can discuss about the factors concept, the second Roman. Now let us come for second Roman. What is given in second Roman? In this second Roman also we have 3 problems. In every problem they have given 2 polynomials. Polynomial 1 and polynomial 2. Now what the question is given? They are asking that check whether the first polynomial is a factor of second polynomial. What is the question? Check whether the first polynomial is a factor of second polynomial or not. Indirectly they are asking divide, means with this first polynomial we should divide the second polynomial. After completion of the division we need to check the remainder. After completion of the division we need to check the remainder. If the remainder gets 0, we can say that first polynomial is factor of second polynomial. So here also the same procedure, whatever the procedure we have done in first Roman, the same procedure we need to continue here, means dividing these 2 polynomials. As I told you, we need to remember 2 conditions. Condition number 1, what is the degree of this? 3. What is the degree of this? 5. So definitely here the 5 is more than 3. Next, condition number 2, whether these are complete polynomial or incomplete polynomial. Let us check. X cube. X cube after which term has to be x square. Do you have x square term here? No. So is it a complete polynomial or incomplete polynomial? Incomplete polynomial, which is a incomplete polynomial. Now let us count it. X power 5, x power after, x power 5 after x power 4. Do you have x power 4 term? No. Again, which polynomial it is? It is also an incomplete polynomial. So both are incomplete polynomials. So first step, we should make them into complete polynomial. Then we go for the division. Means solution. Given p of x, the first power, this is the second polynomial, x power 5 plus 0 into x power 4 minus 4x cubed plus x square plus 3x plus 1. Directly I am taking. I don't have x power 4 term. That's why x power 4 term I have taken with 0 coefficient. Now it is a complete polynomial. What kind of polynomial it is? Complete polynomial. Now g of x is equal to x cube plus 0 into x square minus 3x plus 1. Here also I don't have x square term, so that x square term I have taken with 0 coefficient. So x cube plus 0x square minus 3x plus 1. Now it is also complete polynomial. Now both are complete polynomials. Now I can go for our regular division process. Now x cube plus 0 into x square minus 3x plus 1. With this I am going to divide x power 5 plus 0 into x power 4 minus 4 into x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 1. As we know the steps, step 1. What is step 1? First term of the dividend by first term of the divisor. So x power 5 by x cube, I have x square. Take it in the quotient place. Step 2. With this quotient x square, we should multiply the divisor. What is the divisor? X cube plus 0 into x square minus 3x plus 1. Let us multiply x square into x cube, x power 5 plus 0 into x square into x square, x power 4 plus into minus minus 3 x square into x cube, x square into 1 x square. Now the product, whatever the product we have, that we are writing here, x power 5 plus 0x power 4 minus 3x cube plus x square. Now let us change the signs, minus, minus, plus and minus. Next, let us see x power 5 plus minus x power 5 cancel. Plus 0x power 4 minus 0x power 4 also can get cancelled. Minus 4 and minus 3, I have minus 1 x cube plus x square minus x square, both can get cancelled. Means I need to write here 0 into x square. What we need to write? 0 into x square. Don't confuse it. Plus 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is how much? 0 x square. Now I should get here plus 3x. I should get what? Plus 3x. And as I told you, we have to take one term only at a time. We have to take one term only at a time. But in very rare cases, we can have another term also. We can have another term also. But to take another term, what is required? Generally, in our number system, if you want to take another number, we can take 0 in the quotient place and we can consider, isn't it? For example, 500. When we want to divide it 201 or something, let us take with 4. 4 ones are 4, 1, 0. If you want to take another 0 also, you can keep 0 here and here we can keep 0. Like this is just one example, this is not suitable. So, we can take only one digit at a time. If you want to take 2 digits at a time, we should take 0 in the quotient place. We should take 0 in the quotient place. Similarly, here I am going to take plus 1 also. I am going to take plus 1 also. So, at a time I am taking these two terms. So that in quotient place I am going to write 0 into x. Now you may ask, why should we take 0 into x means x square term after which term we should get x term only. So that 0 into x. So that 0 into x. Hope you clear. Next procedure. Step 3. First term of the dividend, first term of the divisor. So minus 1 x cube by x cube. X cube can get cancelled. What I have? Minus 1. Take it as in quotient place. Now, step 4. With this quotient minus 1, with this quotient minus 1, we have to divide the, we have to multiply the divisor. So x cube plus 0 into x square minus 3x plus 1. Let us multiply it. Minus 1 into x cube minus x cube minus into plus minus 1 into 0, 0 x square minus into minus plus 1 into 3, 3x minus into plus minus 1 ones are 1. So I have minus x cube minus 0 into x square plus 3x minus 1. Let us change the signs. I have plus and plus, minus and plus. Here minus 1x cube plus 1x cube can get cancelled. These two terms are also nothing but 0. Let us cancel. Plus 3x minus 3x also can get cancelled. 1 plus 1. What I have? 2. 1 plus 1 what I have? 2. Means this 2 is nothing but called what? Remainder. This 2 is nothing but called what? Remainder. Now, have you got the remainder is 0? No. Remainder is not equal to 0. So, therefore, what I can say? G of x is not a factor of P of x. So, G of x is not a factor for P of x. So, the first polynomial is not a factor for the second polynomial. The general procedure what we are doing, the same we are continuing. This is the general division process. We need to check the final remainder, whether the remainder is 0 or not. Here, the remainder I got 2, which is not equal to 0. When remainder is not equal to 0, I can say that G of x is not a factor for P of x. Suppose if we get remainder 0, I can say that G of x is a factor for P of x. This is the another model which we have in exercise number 2.3. The same model we have 2 more problems in second Roman. Try to finish that as a homework. In our next class, we have another concept of division, another model we have, that is also very important. We discuss in our next class. With that, we can complete our chapter also. Hari Om. Thank you.